Gentlemen, remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hoorah! Hey everybody. We have reached May. We all know it is official writing season has begun. So we got a lot of stuff on the calendar that I am going to go through, and then we'll have a guest speaker, and then some of the stuff I'll be calling out certain individuals in case if they needed to add anything in regard to the scheduling. First on the docket, of course, is dealer news. On Saturday, May 18th, we are doing a meet and greet for our chapter with the Chicago Harley-Davidson dealership in Rosemont. We will most likely do another ride from Old City Limits to Rosemont. Food will be provided on this day. Also, in addition, we know that we usually get 10% off of merchandise and stuff. On this day, on Saturday, May 18th, they are going to up it to 15% off of regular price merchandise. And then they will have special deals on certain sale items. So again, this is an opportunity for the whole chapter to come out, meet the staff there at Rosemont. Have any questions, now will be the time. The GM will be there, store manager will be there, your H.O.G manager will be there, service manager will be there. So it'll be an opportunity for you guys to come through, take a tour of the facility if you haven't been there yet, ask any questions that you might have. Amanda and Pierce have been very appreciative of everything that we've done for the dealership thus far. We had a really good turnout, despite the chance of weather on Sunday for the ride from city limits to Rosemont. We had 12 bikes with 14 people, and they surprised us with pizza when we got there. So that wasn't expected. So Amanda's really going out of her way to try to accommodate and be welcoming as much as possible. Also on Saturday, May 18th, while we are there, it is Chicago Harley's demo weekend. So they're because our location is such a small location, they won't have a demo truck. However, they are still doing demo days. So 2024 road glides, street glides, tri-glides, Sportsters, the Livewire S1, and the Livewire Mulholland version. Those will all be available for us to demo. You'll just have to sign a waiver. But if you always want to know what it's like to ride a road glide, never rode one, now will be your opportunity. If you all want to see how much torque those live wires give out, now is your opportunity. So I highly recommend doing it. I did a test ride down in Daytona on the 2024s, and I was not disappointed with that road glide at all. They are working on a possible bike night. Thursday, May 30th. Thursday, May 30th it's a possible bike night. They haven't put it in stone yet, but that's kind of what they're looking to do at this moment. There will be a Queen and Lady Gaga tribute. They're called Radio Gaga. And again, there will be fireworks after the show. So I recommend you guys come out. The dealership will be open late for that particular event if they do it. It's a 99% chance that they're going to do it.
Hey everybody, look who's here, it's Carol! And Mike! I was trying to see.
I don't know about me.
So again, it's a possible bike night. It's 99% sure that it's going to happen. Just so that you guys know, Wildfire is going to have 2 bike nights a month now. So we're going to try to, Chicago's going to try to make sure that we don't have a night where Wildfire is going to have it. So Pierce and I talked today. He wanted some suggestions for me. I gave him some of the suggestions in regards that I know that people may enjoy, so he's going to take all those in consideration. The next thing I would like to talk about, again, they're really pushing using the Harley app. Bob, if I can get those miles up. So they're really pushing the app and Ride 365. So I sent this to Bob. These are some of the things. Just remember you need to start your miles at the beginning of the year. So if you have not done that yet, I highly suggest that you go to a dealership and get it done. Make sure that if you go to another dealership other than Chicago Harley, you have to specify that you want the miles to go to the Chicago chapter. If you go to Wildfire and say, hey, I want to start my miles, all the miles that you do will go to Wildfire. So we want them to come to the Chicago chapter. So these are just some of the things that they're doing this year. So if you get 1,000 miles, you get a digital badge. And what a digital badge is, it's just a little icon onto your HD app. It'll be under your personal profile. So you hit 1,000 miles, you get 1,000 extra points. You get 2,500 miles, you get 1,500 points. And 5,000, 2,500, 7,500, you get 2,500. If you get 10,000, you get not only do you get a digital badge, but you'll also get a certificate patch for your jacket or vest, plus an additional 2,500 points. 15,000 miles, you get a digital badge and a certificate patch along with 5,000 points. If you do 20,000 miles in 1 year, you get a digital badge and a certificate and a patch. 25,000 miles for the year, you will get a digital badge, certificate, a patch, and a challenge coins. I saw those challenge coins when I was down in Daytona. They're really nice. They're very heavy. They'll have the Illinois state outline on it. They're really nice. So 25,000, 50, 75,000, and if you're one of those people that can get 100,000 miles in a year, God bless you. Give me a second. So now your lifetime mileage. Scroll up a little bit there, Bob. Sure. So again, these are something that they were already doing to begin with. So you know, you got your 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. If you have not signed up for this, this is something that you'll need to sign up. This is not automatic. So you'll need to contact H.O.G. You'll need to call them and say, hey, I want to sign up for the mileage recognition program. The problem is your miles start once you sign up. It doesn't backtrack. So again, you know, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, 40,000, 60,000, 80,000, 100,000, 125,000, 150,000, 175,000, 200,000, 250,000, and 300,000. And then anything beyond 300 mile level, it goes up 50,000 mile increments after that. So 350, 400, 450, 500, so on and so forth. All right. Any questions about the HD app? If you need to be set up or you don't know how to sign up, see me at the end of the meeting. I could help you, or we can definitely take care of it on May 18th.
Something you said isn't clicking right. You don't have to tell them what dealership you want that to go to because you are already assigned to a dealership in their system.
That's not true.
That's not true.
It's not true.
You gotta make sure.
You have to make sure.
Change it.
Really?
Yes.
Because
Okay.
if you go in there's a tab, like I belong to 2 chapters,
Right.
I can switch back and forth between them. You're not assigned, you have to select the one you want
Yeah.
if they don't do it right for you the first time.
Correct. And because you're at their dealer, everything is popping up for their dealership automatically.
Okay.
John?
On the lifetime, if you let them know that your spouse rides with you, they'll get credit, they'll also get the pins and the badges.
There you go. Thank you. I did not know
So
that.
we go to Rosemont, obviously Pierce would do it automatically for,
For Rosemont, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because they get credit for the miles as well, as a dealership. Any other questions about the HD app? Yes, Chris?
All right, so I registered at Chicago in service, but he never asked me anything about chapter. He just put me on the...
Because it automatically pops up for Chicago.
Okay.
Yep. So the only way that you need to worry about it is if you're at another dealership other than the one that you're with. That's when you have to worry about it. So like I said, if you're at Rosemont, or if you're at Fox River or you're at Wildfire, you have to let them know, hey, I wanted to go to Chicago chapter in Rosemont.
And if you check members.hog.com and go down, you can change it, Carol, away from the dealer back to your own.
Correct. And it'll also tell you on your app. So when you log on to your app, it'll tell you what H.O.G chapter you're with. Any other questions? All right. Moving on to our monthly calendar. Again, writing season has arrived, so we are really busy for the month of May. First up, this Saturday, May 4th, we are going to leave city limits, and we are going to ride out to the Ride for Hope bike blessing. Myself and Kitty will be leading the group. We're meeting at 8:30, kickstands up at 8:45. We do ask that if you can, please bring a non-perishable for the church pantry. There will be food trucks, there will be live music. The bike blessing will be at 11 a.m. We'll be staged as a cancer ribbon so they can take drone footage and take pictures. The kickoff party will be at 11:30. And then anything that you purchase at the food trucks and drinks, 15% of that will go back to the Ride for Hope. They also are doing another Dine and Donate on Sunday, May 19th from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. to the Guzman and Gomez Mexican Kitchen Restaurant. I think Julie left flyers on the tables. Julie, is there anything that you would like to add?
The Guzman and Gomez is at 4 locations. All their locations are going to honor it, so just say you're here with Ride for Hope, take a picture of it, show them the picture. And they're giving back 20%, so that's huge.
That is huge.
As far as the bike blessing goes, all are welcome. There's also going to be a phenomenal bake sale. A lot of people are baking, and we're going to have a bake sale. That's 100% goes back to us because it's us baking. Also, we will have the ribbon, the 2 big ribbons to sign if you haven't signed it in honor or memory of someone. We're going to have our new t-shirts and zip-ups, which I brought a set to be raffled off tonight. And if anybody is not going to go with the chapter over, they're just going to come on their own and they want to come early to help us set up, we need help setting up in the Grove where the party is going to be.
What time should that be?
8 o'clock.
That's 6, I know.
Yeah, we're going to start setting up at 8 a.m. I'm lucky to go on Friday and unload a bunch in the school, so we don't have, we have to get our bikes there plus our cars. It's going to be a big cluster, but we're able to do that on Friday, so that should ease things on Saturday. And I just think it's a perfect way to start the season, and then the next day we go by Luke to Ride J.D. Ride all blessed up.
All right. Thank you. And then on May 5th, I will also be leading out a group that is interested. We'll be heading out to the Ride Janie Ride charity ride. We will be leaving from Wildfire. We will be joining our sister H.O.G chapter, the Wildfire H.O.G chapter. Kickstands will be up at 8:45. We have Luke Penning, so Luke, if you'd like to come on up and give us your spiel.
I got a spiel, let me tell you.
You got a spiel.
And what a spiel I got for you.
You guys are too kind. How many have not participated in Ride Janie Ride before, or have not heard of Ride Janie Ride? You've not heard of Ride Janie Ride? Because I don't want to go through the spiel if you've already heard about Ride Janie Ride. We're a not-for-profit foundation. We help little kids with cancer. This year we're helping 6 children. There's 4 on the flyer. There's 2 additional families. So, as Ace said, come as a chapter. We'll get you in VIP up front. So, and also, I know that there's some ladies in the room here that are probably participating in the Midwest Women's Riding Weekend. You guys are all coming as a group also?
Yeah, some of us are coming as a group from up there.
Some are coming from up north.
Yep, Crystal.
There's VIP parking for you also.
Well, I'm a blocker, so I'll go to the blockers.
You'll go to Blockers because you're a road captain.
Yes, sir.
I know you are in charge.
You bet.
If you would like an event t-shirt, I highly suggest that you register ASAP. I ordered 1,150 shirts and 1,056 are already gone.
Yay!
So,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
it's a big crowd. So it's going to be around, right now we're about 600 bikes. We are a fully escorted ride. We have local law and the Illinois State Police and some county officers that will help us drive from Fox River Harley Davidson down to Corrigan's pub in Shorewood under new ownership, so nobody's getting sick.
Oh,
2018.
We never hold that against you.
That's, I know, I had nothing to do with it.
Reminded me.
I'm not a pork eater. But this chapter has always supported this event. Over the 18 years, I see those rockers and those jackets every year. I greatly appreciate your support. This is the first year that we're going to carry forward without Jane. She passed away in October, and it was our promise to her that we would continue the foundation as she started it 18 years ago. She battled every day. There were very few days that she was actually feeling good, but she never let anybody on that she was sick, and as sick as she was. So we're going to continue carrying it forward. So I would love to see you guys come on down as a group with the Wildfire guys. It's great. They know exactly where to go. Follow them in, park in front, and I'll take all your road captains too. So, does anyone have any questions? We'll have a full lunch. We'll have plenty of cold beverages and soft drinks and ice water. It's supposed to be great weather, so come on out and join me and enjoy the day. Thank you. I really appreciate being here. Thank you.
And Luke, if you don't mind us saying, on the behalf of the Chicago chapter, I know hearts will be heavy on that day with not having Janie there, because she was definitely a bright-spirited person, and smiles all around, so she will definitely be missed, and I know that you'll be having some hard times with that. So on behalf of us, we want to wish you well on that day, and hopefully a good, successful ride.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Also, on that day, May 5th, you know, if you guys are not really interested in coming down south or whatever, and you guys want to stay up north, our other sister chapter, Lakeshore chapter, they are doing a bike blessing on May 5th as well. Staging starts at 10 a.m. They will be leaving Lakeshore Harley and heading up to St. Paul Lutheran in Kenosha, Wisconsin. John, do you have anything that you would like to add?
This is the 34th year.
You're a man of few words, sir.
Not usually. See my license plate says motormouth.
So 34 years. I mean, what a streak. So again, you guys have options on regards of May 5th on Sunday. Also, if you just want a very chill day and don't want to be on the bike at all, Mike is doing a breakfast club on that day. He's going to Cafe 14. They'll be at 9 a.m. For those who are interested in the ride, and the weather's good, you're still going to plan on doing a ride? Maybe?
Doing something all right.
All right.
It's supposed to be nice.
So, so breakfast club at Cafe 14, 9 a.m. Mike will lead a ride if the weather is good. May 11th, we're having a lunch ride, Holy Guac in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. Kickstands up at 11:30. Anything to add?
The food is very good.
Food's very
And
good.
we're going to hit rustic roads on the way up. We'll have the sweep stop with a motorcycle within view of the sign. You get a picture of the sign with yourself and a motorcycle. When you get 10, you turn into Wisconsin, you get a patch.
All right, cool. The first Welcome to the Family ride will be on May 15th, which is a Wednesday. We are riding to the Bringer Inn. Kickstands up at 6:30 out of the old city limits. Hal, got anything to add?
Be there.
Be there. Be there. Be square. Then we'll have another lunch ride on May 22nd. We have given this nickname called the Silver Fox Club because it's mostly the retirees that go on this ride. But it's May 22nd, Wednesday. It'll be a lunch ride up to Fontana, Wisconsin, and you guys will have lunch at the Chuck's Lakeshore Inn. Also leaving Old City Limits. Kickstands up at 10 a.m. Larry, got anything to add?
You don't have to be retired to ride to lunch.
You just have to have gray hair.
You can be bald, just play hooky.
And then on May 27th, which is Monday, which is the Memorial Day holiday, Larry will also be leading a ride up to the Abraham Lincoln Cemetery up in Elwood. This is a ride that he does every year. It's always a great experience to go there. We pay homage to the fallen soldiers. They actually do a little show at the cemetery. If you have never gone, I highly recommend you gone. It's very humbling. Larry, you got anything to add for that one?
I hope Abraham Lincoln will be there to deliver his Gettysburg Address.
There you go.
What time is kickstands up?
Kickstands up for that one. Sorry, Jackie. The kickstands up for that one is at 9:30 a.m. and again, leaving out of city limits. Again, please keep your eyes on Meetup. I've also been updating the chapter's Facebook page in case if there's any changes. But the majority of the rides, in case if they don't put it on Meetup, the majority of the rides. So, rule of thumb, if you're going to go north on the ride, you're most likely leaving out of city limits. The only time that we will probably recommend Rosemont is if we're heading south or west, if it is convenient for that ride to do. So yeah, but the majority of the rides will definitely be leaving out of city limits. All right, officer reports. Mike?
Okay. First off, everybody be careful out there. The people driving right now have got COVID brain. You would not believe the stupid things people are doing. Just because they look you right in the eye, don't assume they're seeing you. Look at their wheel and see if they're still rolling. Okay, so just everybody be safe. People are not looking at motorcycles, they're not looking at cars. It's really kind of crazy. Another thing real quick, June 21st, we're going out to the Henry Ford Museum. It will be on the expressway. We're going to leave city limits and we're going to get it on at Lake Cook so we don't have to worry about merging and lane changing. We're going to sit in one lane over, ride tight, we'll be okay. If anybody's concerned about it, come talk to me. There's no good way of getting around the bottom of the lake. We'll have to deal with it. Let's see what else we got going on. I think that is it for right now.
Okay, thank you. Karen?
Yeah.
You're up.
Okay. Well, some of you might have seen, I put a comment on Meetup. I did get the Rick Case patches today. So if you've ordered one, $5, come see me. Let's see. Our balance is $3,083.84. We gained a penny in the interest. We're up to 03. We had 39 people at the last meeting. John Chalupa, I had mentioned a couple months back, he had wiped out down in Florida. He is up and walking. Yeah. So just in case you're not Facebook friends with him, wanted to let everybody know. That's about it on the trivia. Harley Davidson, it's a fill-in. If you want to blend in, tank the blank. Take the blank. Bus. Who had the starring role in the biker flick Born Losers? Peter Fonda, Tom Laughlin, Dennis Hopper.
Tom Laughlin.
It is. I thought for sure I would have got a lot more Dennis Hopper out of there. The FXR for 1987 featured new cast aluminum wheels for 1987 with how many spokes? 7, 9, or 21? 7. Last one. What was the combined term of the Harley-Davidson's first 2 company presidents? Nearly 40 years, continuously till 1971, 1929 to 1981. You're right. Continuously till 1971. And that's it.
All right, thank you.
We just had our kickoff party. Everybody seemed to have a really good time.
Taking away
Good time.
thunder.
Yeah, no,
Good time.
let's have an applause for Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
When you get up here, just a minute.
Jack, you got anything?
No.
Sir Kevin Lynch?
So on the table, you'll see a one-page, two-sided schedule of rides and activities that we just know about so far through the end of the year. So check that out. Don't totally trust it though. The times and locations, start locations and all can change. So always keep an eye on Meetup. The road captains are always encouraged to post on Meetup a good 45 days before your ride begins. So people have a chance to sign up for it and book hotel rooms and all the other kinds of stuff. But no, so far, like you were summarizing, Ace, we got 10 rides scheduled in the next month, and the last one being just before the next meeting. Next meeting's on a Wednesday. On Sunday, I guess it is, you're also leading another ride to the seashore side of Lake Geneva, Saturday. You're doing a Lake Geneva ride.
June 1st.
As well.
Yeah, June 1st, yep.
Yeah. So that's about it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Hey, Ace,
Kitty, you're up.
we did do an orientation ride that worked out real well with some of the road captains who were able to make it.
I'm sorry, Joe.
So are we going to have an alternate date or no?
We can.
Okay.
I don't have one scheduled.
All
Watch
right.
Meetup.
No, it's me.
All right, I got a couple of things. Okay, I've got the route, if anybody wants the route, for Saturday. So if you want it, I got it here. I will also have it at city limits. I'm also going to, it's not on Meetup yet, but I'm going to lead a ride to Rolling Thunder up at James Level. VA Hospital. VA Hospital. Okay, so VA Hospital. They do a ride like from there to I'm going to say this wrong, Cantini Park. It's a really long ride. I had no idea how long it was. Oh, thank you. I have these at home. I left everything at home. Yeah, it's like a 2.5-hour ride, but you know, I liked it. It's nice at the end, you know, as long as you don't get stuck by a freight train coming home. The steps and everything. It's a good ride. So you can join us for that. And as Ace said, who said it? Barbara Healy went down on her bike. I don't know the details. I just know that she's injured. So Julianne and I are working on, we're going to take up a collection only if you want to. The idea is that she's got a long road to recovery. So what we're thinking, what we could do is Julie and I will go over there and take her all the Get Well cards that you guys are signing. Again, I had the 2 that I left at home, so she'll get like 6 cards. So she'll get the 3 that are going around here and the 2 that I have at home. Julianne has got a little booklet that that we're putting together for like gift cards. So, because Barbara has a long road to recovery, so she might want to like give these little gift cards to people that are helping her, like
you know, I can't pay you, but, you know, here's a gift card, go have lunch at Panera, or here's a Starbucks coffee card or something. And that was the idea for that. So if you're willing to give a couple of bucks in the jar that's going around, Julianne and I will go out and get the cards and stick them in that little book for her so that she's got them all in one place and she can just pull them out and either use them herself or give them to somebody for doing her a favor. That's the idea behind that.
Also, if you like Planet City, so Steve called me and said, who's her, we didn't know she'd already talked to her daughter, but it was 19 phone calls and an hour and a half later, so we were able to get her daughter's phone number, and that's how I found out her daughter knew she went down. But that was a long hour and a half. I was calling everybody that was riding, you guys were riding, so it was a horrible thing.
So we kind of just thought this is kind of like a wake-up call to us. Like, let's make sure we have a contact.
If you want to be involved, if not.
But understand this too, you know, Mike's going to talk about this. He's also got an alternative. But for me, if it's not going to happen because I refuse to go down. But if I go down, take off my phone. My contact, my emergency contact is here. Just call my kid, and she'll just say, "Oh, my mother," and she'll come and rescue me, or visit me at the hospital, whatever, or make final arrangements, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think that's all I have. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Kitty. All right. Terry, you're next. I can do it for you if you want me to do it.
Just one thing to share. Some of you know, some of you don't know. 14 weeks ago, I had bone surgery. 6 weeks ago, I had a setback. So I'm back to square one with starting over in PT, and I don't know how it's going. Anyhow, I'm still taking names for the rockers and the name tags, and I'm going to turn that over to Ace.
So the rockers and name tags, we got word that everything was A-OK, only to find out that everything is not A-OK. So from what I got from our store representative, who was saying that everything was okay. Paul Blotsky, who is the H.O.G regional manager, when he saw us at the regional officers conference, he told us that, yep, Chicago chapter, you guys are good. Well, now they're trying to change it and saying, no, it's got to read Chicago chapter, Rosemont, Illinois. So then we are kind of in a dispute about that because we all know how hard it can be, even though they're talking about moving the store in a couple years' time, even though it'll still be in Rosemont, but we are making the fight that we don't want Rosemont, Illinois on it because you guys can't get your act together. So I need to get with Pierce and I need to get with Paul, and hopefully, if all goes well, we will find out what we can do by the next meeting. So unfortunately, we are still unable to order our rockers. So I just ask that you continue on being patient, and then once we have a final determination, we will let you know.
One more quick thing, I just want to let you know, to get the better price, we need 20 of each. 20 large gold, small gold. Large silver, small silver. And we don't have near that at all. We have in our group an anonymous donor who wants to make a difference so that we can get all 80 at a time. And so I just want to give a shout out to the person who would like to stay anonymous, and then we will pay that person back as the stock gets purchased. So just want to let you guys know.
Thank you to the donor. Yeah, so thank you to the donor. We truly appreciate you.
If she's here.
Huh?
If she's here.
She? Okay, okay. That's all right, we got it on camera. So, all right, next up, Sue.
Just a reminder, since the Chicago Harley is new for all of us, make sure you have your white card and show them until they get familiar with everybody's faces to get your 10% off at the dealership. So.
Please look my name on my list.
Yes. And Amanda will be getting a list from me once I clean it up. But just be patient with them until they get familiar with everybody's faces, but have your white card available if you want to partake in the 10% off.
Yep. They'll be checking that list regardless.
Yep.
So again, Sue will be giving them a new list quarterly, but obviously they don't need to check the list if you have your white card. And then also they'll be asking your questions because when you purchase stuff there, you get points back. So the amount of stuff that you purchase, you're getting points in return on the HD app. We also want to take this opportunity to recognize Sue because she has taken on some extra duties. Again, she took over the role from Lenny. Lenny did a lot. He did a lot behind the scenes you guys have no idea about. He stayed on top of Meetup. He stayed on top of the website when we had the website. Bob usually takes care of the Facebook. But Sue's been taking on some of those extra computer responsibilities. So we thought it would be good that she would have an IT officer rocker.
I swear at it every time I have to do something. I don't know, it's changing.
Oh. Who's this for? That's for you. Thank you so much. For who?
Kitty just told you.
Ah, okay. I'll let Kitty do that. There you go. Hang on to that for 1 second. And then, so thank you, Sue. We
Real
appreciate it.
quick,
Yep.
I did send out a Mad Mimi, which was an email blast this afternoon. If you did not get it, please let me know and I will verify, but I've been going through and making sure that everybody's email that I have from your forms is in the list. So if you did not get an email titled May Updates, please let me know. I sent it out this afternoon. So.
Yeah, it'll come out Chicago Hog chapter is
Yep.
how the header comes out.
Yeah, it doesn't come from me, it comes from Chicago Hog.
But again, thank you, Sue. We appreciate all the extra effort that you've been putting in. Next, even though Mike took care of all of her thunder, Chris, you got anything? Nothing you'd like to add? Nothing you'd like to say?
Oh, come on.
Thank you, Chris.
It was an awesome party. Come on.
All right. Next, here we go. Sir Mike Bradbury. You're up, sir.
Hi, everyone. So, Kitty touched upon this. Unfortunately, we had a rider that went down. It's so important for us to have our emergency contact information with us. You know, the ICE system in your phone, right? I would assume you do. If you don't, I will explain to you. It's just in case of emergency, you list the contact in your phone, and the EMTs have a way of getting to that, okay? But sometimes in an accident, your phone's damaged, it's missing, it's off in the weeds, whatever. So in addition to the list, which is a great resource for the club to help you in the chapter, we also have emergency contact cards. So if you can show that one image. So on the emergency contact card, you have a name, cell, and phone for who your emergency contact is. Hopefully they're local, I wouldn't list my daughter who lives in Australia, but I'll list my spouse, believe it or not, because she'll answer the phone. And also the cardholder name, which is real important. You can see that here, but also on the back, some of this information you don't always list in your ICD. And the EMTs, in a dire emergency, seconds count, minutes count, and they get that information up front because they'll go through your stuff. If they can't find anything, they'll go through your stuff. So it's important to carry something like this either on you or in your bike or both, right? So I have cards to hand out tonight. Okay, so you guys go ahead and pass them around. Take as many as you want. If you have a friend that needs them, whatever. But it's real important to have backup systems, redundant systems, whatever you call it. I have more cards, pass them back to the table right there. And if you didn't get one, see me, I have plenty, okay? Next, yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. Yeah, a freebie. So in addition to that, we'll just have a brief rundown of our hand signals for group riding. We're now group riding, right? And and we have been for a few rides. So, Bob, if you will, obvious, right? Left turn, Bob, just keep going through. Right turn, obvious, right? Single file, you hold it up like this. Now sometimes, some chapters and clubs will say 2 or 1. Just get your hand up, because sometimes 2 like this looks like 1. Or if I do 1 like this, you guys probably won't respond, right? Or respond well.
It's I love you.
Yeah, it's I love you. You're number 1, right? so let's continue. Bob. Okay, so this is an important one. It requires a little explanation. So we also include back to stagger. But what this thing is called is the wave off. And it really means just that. You're waving off the last signal as a road captain, right? So it doesn't matter if I signaled you to go staggered, or if I did it right. Now we all know road captains are perfect, right?
Yeah.
They never make a mistake.
No.
But they may change their mind. Yeah.
Turn.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do this for U-turn, but that's that's an unofficial signal.
I do this for erase that.
and it means the same thing. So what you're really doing as a road captain is canceling that last signal. It's just a wave off. You know, and a lot of times it's after staggered, but it can be after other things. Go ahead, Bob. So hazard on the left, we use our feet. Okay, we don't use our hands because we want to keep control of the bike. You know, so point to the left or right. Make sure the hazard's in your lane. If it's over the yellow line, it's not a hazard. It's other people's problems, you know. So, go ahead. Hazard on the right, same thing. Go ahead. So, use a signal for pointing to your tank when you need to stop. If a rider in my ride needs to stop, or in our rides needs to stop, whether it's to go to the bathroom, adjust your gear, or whatever, it's better that we stop so that we accommodate our needs so people are as safe as possible. If you're too cold, you're shivering, you know, you're going to focus on that. I mean, you're not going to ride your bike maybe as well as you could, or as safe as you could. So we point to our tanks, but sometimes people don't pass that signal up to the road captain. He's way up there, right? So tapping your lights, tapping your horns, getting the attention of people around you, something like that is just fine for me. Now, you know, I think that's good for all of us, you know, to help get that signal forward. The road captain's got to receive that to know to pull off, right, at the next stop. Go ahead. So those are the two that are really critical. We also use this signal here to increase speed. The road captain will signal that, and you should be passing it along, you know. How long does the road captain hold that signal? Until the next guy passes it along, because he knows that it's going, right? So pass it down the line. Go ahead, Bob. Same thing with this signal, decrease speed. You know, the road captain might detect there's some safety hazard, and he'll signal you that. Go ahead. So, this is emergency vehicle ahead. This can be a cop, this could be a fire truck, this could be, you know, an EMT, doesn't matter. You're passing that along. So emergency vehicle ahead. Now, Bob also has next to kin cards, and next to kin is a legal definition, okay? Next to kin will decide whether you have a do not resuscitate order. Will help the hospital staff manage that. Next of kin is that level of contact. It's not emergency contact per se. It's an addition. Okay. Go ahead.
I love that single guys put it in pencil. That's hilarious.
Which one? Which one is
They go
that?
back. Single guys, write it in pencil because it's going to change.
You know, this is a safety instruction. So, to be safe, you know. So go ahead. Go ahead to the park. A couple other things. When we ride in a group, we ride in a staggered file formation. Rider here and every rider gets the whole width of their lane. That's their property. That's why we ride in staggered formation. When you make a corner or not, you can dive in, dive out. You know, if you do that, you won't get interference. And we all practice that, right? So staggered formation is 2 seconds behind, roughly behind the person in front of you, and 1 second from what we call the oblique, right? or the person to your right or left. That can vary depending on conditions, but we want to try and keep that so we don't get other cars trying to invade the group. If they want to, you let them, right? Just let them, because they win. They got more sheep. So we also have parking format. Remember that? Okay, so on corners, that's the reason why, you just keep going forward. These are all reasons why we have staggered formation. Good spacing in the corners, not so good. Yeah, duh. If you try to keep that format and spacing, you're always good. If you recognize that your riders around you have the width of the lane, you're always good. Don't invade their space. Okay, so let's go. This is always comical to see a bunch of bikers trying to park their bikes in a group, right? I mean, it is. We have different formats for that. Okay. Your road captain should give you that in the briefing, either on the stop before and the briefing, on the parking situation on your destination. We're going to come into a strip mall lot, plenty of room, no problem. We're going to come into a tight spot, we got to park next to the train station, yada yada. It's always helpful to get that kind of instruction from your road captain, and you can always ask too. But what we try to do is back into our spots, okay? So you don't always have to wait for them to finish and them to finish, if you pick your spot, but basically we try to back into our spots so you can get out easier, and the road captain will have a plan for your parking usually, okay? Another way we park as a group is parallel, right? It's easy in, easy out. Depends on the situation, it can all vary.
Depends on the gravity.
Depends on the gravity. No road captain will try to get you to back up a hill, and if he does,
He needs the help.
it's an opportunity to improve. I look at things positively, so it's an opportunity to improve. So that's basically the basics, okay, of group riding, just really in a quick format. But now that we're riding together more and more, please be mindful of these concepts because, the biker you're helping to ride safely might be the guy right around you, or the gal right around you, and it's important.
I had a question come up yesterday at a different meeting. When the ride's over and you're heading home and people are starting to peel off to go home, you're in staggered formation, somebody goes home.
Yes.
You want to explain how you would handle that?
So if you're in staggered formation and people drop out, typically a road captain will talk with people before you leave your last point to go home, right? Your lunch or whatever. So normally he has knowledge of who's going to drop out. He might even shift those people into the back if they're going to drop out early, because they don't interfere with the spacing, right? But if people choose to drop out, from the middle of the group, you don't need to switch sides or not, because that creates a really poor situation. If you want to see a real comical situation, see people leaving from a group in the middle and watch people doing the dance.
Well, this came up because the guy said that the way the state would train on it was that you correct it that way. And
It's highly
my
unsafe.
experience is you wait to a stop sign and then you fill in, so you leave it. You just leave it open.
Right.
You get to a stop line or stop line and then you just shift up. But you don't shift up.
That's the safer method of doing it.
Our chapter, the rule has always been, never switch a lane, do not fill the gap until we come to a stop sign or stop line.
Exactly.
Why
do you need to do anything different? There's no reason to.
Think that there was some confusion and literally some guy got sideswiped almost because someone did something different. So
And that's exactly the reason you don't do that.
Well, that's the reason you talk about it too.
Exactly. Yeah. No, better informed information, better
Know what to
informed
expect.
riders makes a safer ride for all of us, right? So, there's no need to shift your positions or not. Well, what are you serving, right? You're not doing anything but trying to maintain this principle up in the beginning about staggered riding, right? But there's no need to do that in those instances. Wait till you come to a stop, pull up in your lane. You all get back to staggered formation quite easily. There's no need to do this weird dance, So
And it helps to tell the people that are riding by you that you're peeling off, so that they understand what you're doing.
Communicate to the riders around you, you know.
Like you said though, before you leave, tell the sweep, get in the bag.
Absolutely.
And then wave to the sweep as you're leaving, so he doesn't think you broke down.
It's always more appropriate to tell the road captain or the sweep, or both, you know, your intent to drop out of the group. That way he has no surprises. You know what's really terrible is get to the end of your ride as a road captain and see you have less bikes than you thought you did. What the hell happened, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, please communicate to your road captain if you want to drop out early. Okay? That's about it.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
At this time, we'd like to present Mike Bradbury with his road captain rocker.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It's a head road.
Yeah.
Not just a regular road captain.
We gotta get going.
All right.
I got time.
All right, I can't be as dopey as I normally am. Okay, so anybody have any objections to me having an assistant for LOH? With my scatterbrains? I like that.
Hey, Joey, order me up a apple strudel.
Thank you, Julie. All right, real quick before we get to the raffles, there's just two more things that I need to talk about real quick. The Rick Case Memorial Ride, just kind of keep this in the back of your head. We will talk about it at our next meeting, but the Rick Case Memorial Ride will be June 8th. We will be piggybacking with the Top Cats on their ride, their memorial ride. It'll most likely be in Bluff? Lake Zurich. I knew there was a lake in it. So June 8th for that. Also, I know that we were unable to do a movie night this year because of the whole building situation. However, for those who don't know, there's like this big biker movie that's coming out in June. It's got like a lot of big well-known actors, stuff like that. So I am most likely going to do a movie night that I will put on Meetup where we ride our motorcycles and go watch a movie inside a movie theater. So it's bike-related theme. If I'm not mistaken, I think the story is about the first motorcycle gang that started out of Chicago, if memory serves me correct. So there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of big, well-known actors, if you're into movies, that are in it, and you know, we haven't had a bike movie in quite some time. So kind of just keep that in the back of your mind. I'll probably most likely put that on Meetup. Again, it'll probably be, I think it's not coming out till late June, so maybe late June, early July, we will probably do a bike night for that. All right, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Mike?
Okay, quick personal note. We're doing the ride down to Abraham Lincoln Cemetery on Memorial Day. Come Christmas, they put wreaths on every single grave in that cemetery. Would anybody be interested in volunteering in putting out wreaths? Can I see a show of hands? What's that? Memorial Day is our ride. For Christmas, they put Christmas wreaths on every grave. Would anybody be interested in volunteering to put wreaths up?
For Christmas?
For Christmas.
Oh, I would do it.
Okay. All right. I'll set something up. Thank you.
Carol?
I just want to remind everybody, I'm still selling tickets for the Chicagoland Ride for Kids. This is a $10 opportunity to win $1,000 in Amazon gift cards, and winner does not need to be present to win. So if you want to see me after the meeting, that'd be awesome. Thanks.
All right.
Road captain, get together right after.
I didn't forget. So the road captains, if you guys can hang out at the end of the meeting, Kevin wants to go over something real quickly. So as soon as the meeting's done, we will go ahead and have a road captains meeting real quickly. All right, has everybody signed in? Everybody signed in, so we're good? Guys, be safe out there. Two-wheel therapy full in effect. Ride safe. Can't just tell you guys enough. So, guys, be careful. we will see you in hopefully this weekend. It'll be a busy weekend. Guys, got anything for me? Any questions, comments, concerns?
What's the matter with your bike?
Oil sensor.
I just wanted to say, escorting the New Zealand couple to Pontiac was the highlight of my year so far.
That was a lot of fun.
That was pretty awesome. They are really great. Did you get her email?
I did.
So we know they're safely on their way. That was epic. So
Yeah,
that
so
was
for those
great.
who don't know, there was a couple from New Zealand. They wanted the last year's anniversary Fat Boy. So they had two in Auckland, which is where they're from, but they were already pre-sold. So they test rode a Fat Boy when they were in New Zealand, and they ordered it from Chicago because it was their lifelong dream to do all of Route 66. So they actually bought it in Wrigleyville when Wrigleyville was still open, but once Wrigleyville closed, all the merchandise came over to Chicago Harley. Gennaro, he reached out to Gennaro, and the couple actually asked, do you have a H.O.G at that dealership? If so, we would like to meet some of them and ride with some
They
of
did
them.
not want to ride out of Chicago without help.
No. So they reached out to me, we communicated.
Right?
We ended up communicating back and forth via email. I told them, hey, I'll be more than happy to, to hang out with you guys, and we'll try to get some people out. So they came in on a Thursday. They came in on a Wednesday. They came to the dealership on Thursday, looked at their bike. I went to the dealership on Thursday, introduced myself, and I actually hung out with them for like 3 or 4 hours. I took them downtown.
Nice.
I kind of just drove them around, showed them the good spots and the bad spots to stay away. I drove them to the exact spot where Route 66
Is that where
actually
they
starts.
took the picture?
Yes.
That was awesome.
So, because the ride leaves out of Navy Pier, but Route 66 actually starts at Adams in Michigan. So that's where the sign is at. So I took them there, and then I've never done Route 66, so I reached out to Mark Tack. He sent me some pictures from the book that they get from the Windy City tours, and so that's how I came up with the stop in Odell, and then we went down to Pontiac, and we had a wonderful lunch, and they were so excited and extremely grateful. I did post a thank you note on the Facebook page, just really down to earth.
Did you know they bought those jackets to match their bike?
Yes.
That was so cute.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago Harley really hooked them up. Like,
That
I mean,
was nice.
they really took care of them. And I knew that we were going to be really good friends, because as soon as I walked up, he just kind of looked at me and didn't know anything of it, and I was like, "Good day, mate." And he had this huge smile on his face, and then that's how it all started.
So
Yeah,
the funny thing about the ride on the they ride on the wrong side of the street. So he wrapped red duct tape on his left handlebar. That is the danger side.
Yeah.
So that when they're out in the middle of nowhere, they can remember which side of the street to be on. That was awesome.
So, I mean, it was a true honor to do something like that, because, I mean, I would probably done that anyways, just because that's just my nature. But just to do it to represent our chapter goes a long way.
To be honest, Honda riders don't do that shit either.
So,
I'm just saying.
but I mean, it was such an honor to do that, and I was very happy to do it, and we had a really good time, and it was luckily enough it was great weather, because it was a little sketcy there for a little bit. It was pretty windy, but we didn't have any rain, and that's what we were really worried about. We were more worried about the rain than we were the wind, and the rain totally. By the time we were on the expressway, the clouds just broke, the sun came out, started getting a lot warmer. So it was definitely meant to happen. So, but thank you for bringing it up, because I totally forgot about that.
Worked from them since they.
Yeah, they stayed in Pontiac that night, and then because of the wind was so great, they were trying to make it to St. Louis. They only got as far as Springfield, because he got a Fat Boy without a windshield.
He's a badass.
So I didn't want to say anything about it, because again, it's his
No,
bike.
I asked him. He said no.
Yep.
I'm not getting a windshield, so he's gonna eat bugs all the way to California.
So how are you gonna
They've got a cargo ship
Yeah.
already. They're gonna be 6 weeks in the U.S.
Yeah, they got
Oh,
they got
so taking
family
their time.
they got family in Flagstaff, so they're gonna ride through
And
Grand Canyon.
Vegas too.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're gonna be, that's gonna be a really good trip for them.
Brand new bike.
All right, anything else? We really gotta tie this up. Anything else? All right, motion to close? Here we go. Thank you, guys. Guys, have a good night.